Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, friends and families. Hope this video meets you in the best state of mind and iman. All praise and thanks belong to Almighty Allah, the Lord of the worlds, and may the peace and blessing of Allah be on the noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Welcome back to my channel. Today's story is about Prophet Musa. Prophet Musa was born during the reign of King Pharaoh in a world filled with oppression and tyranny. Prophet Musa was born in the year King Pharaoh ordered the killing of every male child in order to protect his throne. So when the mother of Prophet Musa gave birth to him, she placed him in a basket and then went to the shore of the river Nile and threw him into the water. Prophet Musa's mother grieved as she threw her son into the river. However, she was aware that Allah was much merciful to Musa than she can ever be, and that Allah loved him more than her. As soon as the basket carrying Prophet Musa touched the Nile, Allah commanded the waves of the water to be calm and gentle while carrying him. The basket moved in the water and finally settled near King Pharaoh's palace. The palace servants found the basket with the baby and took it to Pharaoh and his queen named Asiya. When the queen saw Prophet Musa, Allah instilled in her a strong love for him. Unlike Pharaoh, who was a disbeliever, a tyrant, and a wicked person, his wife Asiya was a believer. She was kind-hearted and a merciful person. Asiya was infertile and had hoped to have a son. She was happy to see baby Musa and she hugged him. Pharaoh was amazed to see his wife hugging this baby and weeping with joy, and this was something he had never seen her do before. So when Asiya asked Pharaoh to let them keep the baby, Pharaoh had no choice than to oblige. And Allah revealed in Quran 28 verse 9, and the wife of Pharaoh said, "He will be a comfort of the eye for me and for you. Do not kill him. Perhaps he may benefit us, or we may adopt him as a son." And they perceived not. Then Queen Asiya summoned a few wet nurses to suckle baby Musa, but he would not take any of the breast. This made the queen distressed, and she sent for more wet nurses. And as Allah has decreed, Prophet Musa's real mother was among the wet nurses that were invited by Pharaoh. As soon as she carried Prophet Musa, she began to suckle, and this made Pharaoh ask, "Who are you, woman? This child has refused to take any other milk but yours." Prophet Musa's mother replied, "I am a woman of sweet milk and sweet smell, and no child refuses me." This reply satisfied Pharaoh, and he appointed her as Prophet Musa's wet nurse. She continued to breastfeed him for a long time, and he started growing bigger. Even after weaning him of the milk, she was allowed the privilege of visiting him, and Prophet Musa was raised as in the palace as a prince. And Allah says in Quran 28 verse 14, "And when he attained his full strength and was mentally matured, we bestowed upon him prophethood and knowledge, and thus do we reward the good doers." Allah had granted Prophet Musa good health, strength, knowledge, and wisdom. The weak and oppressed turned to him for protection and justice. So one day in the city, Prophet Musa saw two men fighting. One of them was an Israelite who was being beaten by the other, who was an Egyptian. On seeing Prophet Musa, the Israelites begged him for help. Prophet Musa became involved in the dispute, and out of anger, he struck a heavy blow on the Egyptian, and the Egyptian died on the spot. Upon realizing that he had killed a human being, Prophet Musa's heart was filled with deep sorrow and immediately begged Allah for forgiveness. The Egyptian who witnessed Prophet Musa killing one of them then reported him to the authorities, and a man then approached Musa and alerted him, "O Musa, the chiefs have taken counsel against you. You have to be tried and killed. I would advise you to escape." And Prophet Musa then left Egypt in a hurry without going back to Pharaoh's palace. He traveled for 8 nights, hiding during the day, and he finally reached a watering hole outside the Midian, where shepherds were watering their flocks. He was extremely tired and hungry. He then saw 2 young women trying to prevent their sheep from mixing with the other sheep. He sensed that the women needed help, and he moved nearer to them to help to help, forgetting his thirst and hunger. And Allah says in Quran 28 verse 24, and when he arrived at the water of Midian, he found a group of men watering their flocks, and beside them he found 2 women who were keeping back their flocks. He said, "What is the matter with you?" They said, "We could not water our flocks until the shepherds take their flocks, and our father is a very old man." So he watered their flocks for them. Then he turned back to the shade and said, "My Lord, truly I am in need of whatever good that you bestow on me." The young ladies Prophet Musa helped return back to their homes earlier than usual, and this surprised their father. They narrated how Prophet Musa had helped them, and the father ordered them to invite Prophet Musa to his home. Prophet Musa welcomed the invitation and accompanied the ladies to their father. Prophet Musa saw that they lived comfortably and it was a peaceful household. He introduced himself to the man and explained the misfortune that had befallen him and compelled him to leave Egypt. The man then comforted him and said, "Fear not, you have escaped from the wrongdoers." Prophet Musa felt at home with his happy household because they were friendly and feared Allah. Along the line, one of the daughters suggested to their father that he should employ Prophet Musa as a shepherd because he was strong and trustworthy. The father asked her how was she sure of his trustworthiness in such a short period of time, and the daughter replied, "When I asked him to follow me to our home, he insisted that I walk behind him so he would not observe my body structure." The man was pleased upon hearing this, and he approached Prophet Musa and said, "I wish to marry you to one of my daughters on condition that you agree to work for me for a period of 8 years. Prophet Musa was pleased with the offer. He married the man's daughter and looked after the animals for 10 long years. This period of 10 years was the most important part of his life, and every night he pondered about the stars, the planets, and how to split the soils. He was engrossed in the book of Allah. The religion of Prophet Musa was the same as the prophets before him, and this is the Islamic monotheism, believing that Allah is one and none has the right to be worshipped except him. Then one day, Prophet Musa made up his mind to return back to Egypt, and this decision was quick and sudden, and his wife had no choice but to obey him. So Prophet Musa left for Egypt with his family. At first, he lost his way, but then he prayed to Allah, and Allah showed him the right direction. At nightfall, they reached Mount Tur, and Prophet Musa noticed a fire in the distance. He told his wife, "Let me fetch some firewood to keep us warm." As he neared the fire, he heard a voice calling, "Oh Musa, I am Allah, the Lord of the universe." Prophet Musa was bewildered, and he looked around. He heard the strange voice again, and the voice said, "What is in your right hand, O Musa?" And Musa responded, "This is my staff on which I lean and with which I beat down branches for my sheep." Then the strange voice commanded him, "Throw down your staff." Prophet Musa did, and the staff turned into a snake. Prophet Musa turned to run, but the voice told him, "Fear not and grasp it. We shall return it to its former state." Then the snake changed back into his staff. Then Allah commanded him to thrust his hand into his robe. When he pulled it out, the hand had a brilliant shine. Allah then commanded Prophet Musa, "You have 2 signs from your Lord. Go to Fir'aun and his chiefs. They are an evil gang and have transgressed all bounds." Prophet Musa then went to Fir'aun and spoke to him about Allah, his mercy, his paradise, and the obligations of monotheism. Fir'aun listened to Prophet Musa's speech with disdain. He thought Prophet Musa had gone mad and asked, "Are you not the Musa we picked up from the Nile as a helpless baby? Are you not the Musa we nurtured in this palace, who ate and drank from our provisions? Are you not the Musa who killed an Egyptian man?" Prophet Musa knew that Fir'aun's mentioning his past and upbringing was his way of threatening him. So he told Fir'aun that he only went astray, and Allah Almighty had not given him revelation at that time. He made Fir'aun understand that he fled from Egypt because he was afraid of their revenge upon him, and Allah had granted him forgiveness and made him one of his messengers. An argument ensued between both of them, and Prophet Musa knew there was no way he could convince Pharaoh. So he said to Pharaoh, "Can I bring you something convincing?" And Pharaoh said, "Bring it forth if you are truthful." So Prophet Musa threw his sticks, and behold, it turned into a snake. This act made Pharaoh scared, and he called on his advisors. Pharaoh's advisors advised him to detain Prophet Musa while they invited the biggest magician in the country. Pharaoh wanted a public contest between Prophet Musa and the magicians, and everyone was eager to witness this great contest. Before the contest began, Prophet Musa stood in front of everyone present and said, "Woe unto you if you invent a lie against Allah by calling his miracles magic and by not being honest with Pharaoh. Woe unto you if you do not know the difference between the truth and falsehood. Allah will destroy you with his punishment, for he who lies against Allah fails miserably." Then the contest began. The magicians were the first to perform. They threw the magical objects down on the ground, and it turned into snakes. Then Prophet Musa threw his staff, and it turned into a huge snake. Then Prophet Musa's snake swallowed all the snakes of the other magicians. Prophet Musa bent down to pick the snake, and it turned back into a staff in his hand. The crowd started shouting and screaming in excitement. Even the other magicians were amazed, and they all prostrated before Allah, declaring, "We believe in the Lord of Musa." This angered Pharaoh, and he shouted at the magicians, "How can you believe in his God?" And the magicians replied, "Do what you wish, because we fear the punishment of Allah more than you." This made Pharaoh so angry, and he became worried that his leadership is about to be threatened. Pharaoh then ordered that they kill and torture all those who believed in the Prophet. Prophet Musa was disturbed about this horrific act, and he asked his people to be patient and have faith in Allah. Then Allah commanded Prophet Musa to warn Pharaoh and the disbelievers that they will suffer a severe punishment if the believers were not set free. Then Allah afflicted them with severe drought. The crops began to wither and die. The animals also began to die. And the Egyptians started to suffer. Still, Pharaoh refused to believe in Allah, and he was arrogant. The people had no choice than to run to Prophet Musa, and they said, "O Musa, please help us. We shall believe in your Lord if you remove this punishment from us." Prophet Musa then prayed to Allah to restore the land back to normal. The land became fertile and the crops grew again, but still the Egyptians did not believe. Then Allah sent plagues of locusts to them, and the people rushed against Musa to plead. The prophet prayed to Allah again, and the locusts vanished, but still they didn't believe. Then Allah sent to them plagues of lice, which spread disease among the Egyptians, and this was followed by plagues of frogs that terrified the people. Then the greatest sign was when the water in the river turned into blood. When the believers want to drink from the river, the water appears normal, and when the disbelievers want to drink from it, it's turned into blood. The people hurried to Musa as usual, and Musa prayed to Allah, and everything became normal again. Still, the Egyptians did not believe. Then Allah commanded Prophet Musa to lead the believers out of Egypt. Prophet Musa led his people towards the Red Sea. Then Pharaoh realized that Prophet Musa and the believers had left Egypt, and this made him angry. He commanded the armies to follow and capture them. When Prophet Musa and the believers reached the Red Sea, they looked back and they saw the armies Pharaoh sent getting closer to them. The believers began to panic. Then Prophet Musa walked to the edge of the Red Sea, and Allah commanded him to strike his staff on the sea. And suddenly the sea parted, leaving her path for the people to walk. It was a big miracle, and the people were delighted. Then Prophet Musa led his people across the sea. The Prophet ensured everyone crossed the sea safely. Then they looked back and saw Pharaoh and the armies approaching. Then the Pharaoh and the armies also rushed to cross the sea, but the water came crashing. The water came crashing on them when they reached midway. Pharaoh realized he was about to die. He shouted, "I believe there is no Lord but Allah, and I surrender to you." But it was too late. Pharaoh drowned, and the waves carried his body to the shore. When the Egyptians saw his dead body, they realized the man they had worshipped amounted to nothing, and he was never a god. And the people realized they had transgressed. The story of Prophet Musa emphasizes themes of faith, perseverance in the face of oppression, and the power of God's intervention. This narrative of Prophet Musa is rich with moral lessons and spiritual guidance, illustrating Allah's mercy and justice in response to the oppression faced by the people of Israel. I hope you find this story inspiring, and I hope we strive to be better Muslims as well. Jazakumullah khairan for listening to this video. Kindly subscribe to my channel and turn on post notification button so you get alerted when I drop a new video. Please like and comment as well. I would see you in my next video, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.